Kia ora koutou, ko ekum vea taku ingoa, he ka mahi te whare wānanga waitaha. Hey team, my name is Akant Veer. I'm a professor here at UC, and I'm your professor for this class, Marketing Principles. Now, many of you might have done MBA classes before. Some of you may have even been working in marketing for many years. So you're probably looking at this class going, well, what's the point of me doing this? Or what's the purpose of this? And this is part of the problem we're trying to teach marketing, is that many people already have a preconception of what marketing is. And hopefully what you'll find by the end of this class is that's much broader than many people think. Most people think marketing is focused on advertising or promotion. Well, that actually makes up a tiny, tiny part of what we do as marketers. So I'm trying to break down this class into three key areas. The first one being all about knowing. What are the things that we can do to know our customers better, know the market better, know the work we do better? And if we can focus ourselves on knowing more, then that's going to help us with the next stage, which is about power. So power is about, well, what are the things that we can exert power over? What are the things that we can do that may be powerful or less powerful? And when you put that together alongside with the last element, that is influence, we can now start to see how marketing works. So influence is all about how we can use both our knowledge and our power to hopefully influence people to do what we want. Now, most people use influence in order to try and increase shareholder value, increase the amount of money we make, increase the sort of profits we make. Now, I'm kind of a different marketer, and now I like to look at marketing to try and benefit society in some way. Use marketing to be pro-social. So working with the Mental Health Foundation to try and encourage more people to seek mental health diagnoses, working with the vaccine rollout team to try and encourage people to go get the vaccine, working with all these different not-for-profits around the country, around the world, and using marketing principles to try and encourage pro-social behavior. So when we've got knowledge, we understand the power that marketing has, that can lead to influence. Now, where all three are tied together is this thing called strategy. If you don't have strategy, if you don't have a marketing strategy at the heart of everything you do, then you end up knowing things but not doing anything with it. You end up being powerful but not really being able to influence, or you end up being influential but not in the way you anticipate. So you need to have a strategy that ties all these things together. And all around this is all encompassed with this idea of what is your culture? What is the place that you are operating in? What are the culture? What's the culture of the people? We as a nation are a bicultural nation, and so we have to have an appreciation for what tikanga Māori is and te ao Māori and how that influences our work. It might be in a little way or it might be in quite a big way. But those things do matter as well. When you start talking about globalization, well, what is the culture of the people you're working with? It might not just be a national identity, national culture, but it might just be a work culture. And some of you know this. The culture you have at home or the culture versus the culture you have at work is different. The culture you have at one workplace can be completely different from the next one. The way we're going to be running these classes is going to be a little bit different from others. You're going to spend a bit of time ahead of class working on your own, reading the material that I've provided, looking at the podcasts that I've put up, listening to the slides that I've put up as well, and learning all the stuff that way. I want you to try and cover as much stuff ahead of time. That way, when you come to class, we're much focused on discussion. We're much more focused on trying to work out how we can apply the stuff we've learned into real world situations. I like to see the MBA as theory in practice, theory with action. So we have to learn the theory at some point, but I don't think you coming to class and spending 3 hours of me telling you theory is a good use of your busy time. I'd much rather you learn that stuff in advance so when we come to class, it's much more applied. So you might find our time in class is shorter than normal. We might not use the full 3 hours. It really depends on how engaged you are, how much discussion and korero we have. We are going to be okay though, because a lot of the learning will be done ahead of time. You'll be coming to class, we'll be bouncing ideas backs and forwards. You'll be engaged with leading the classes as well, because you'll be presenting cases and things like that. So hopefully that's all clear. I will see you on the first day of class. We will talk more about the format and what you can do to prepare yourselves. Otherwise, ka kite anō. We'll see you in a bit.